Test, 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 test. Test, test. All right, we got audio. Bot Ricks and chat working. All right. Let's do this. All right, I'm going to go ahead and just hop in because it's not like a whole lot that's going to happen that people are going to miss. So I'm just going to go ahead and get started. Hello, hello, hello. How you doing? Just flipping work. All right, so look at this puppy. Ain't she a beaut? She's not much to look at, but wait until you get a gander under the hood. Oh, there it is. I was like, where the hell did it go? Bing! Look at this. 60 blocks per second, 55 by 55 build space, and 8 sub-levels. Nuggets for dinner. I had, let me tell you, you're going to get jealous. I had a roast pork tenderloin with homemade baked beans and sauteed asparagus. And by homemade, I mean, like, I opened the can of beans and I put them in the microwave. But my wife made everything else, and it was spectacular. But I helped. I put the beans in the microwave. That counts as a contribution. Anyway. So. First thing I'm going to do here. We're going to strip this thing down to bare bolts. Just the frame. And by just the frame, I of course mean nothing but the ship core. There we go. All right. So, yes, my wife has learned a lot about cooking, and she's actually getting very good. So I'm going to stow this stuff. Oh, I got 200 of these? Heck yeah. I'm going to stow this stuff in here for now. I'm going to come back to this later, because that's like later. Put that away. Now, I have been very, very busy. On my way back here, I stopped at several locations, because I knew I was going to need skulls. And even with all the skulls I already had, and all the skulls I collected, I only had 3 left when I was done. So, I also made it a point to go out of my way and collect a whole bunch of stone. So, actually, I'm going to go grab that other stack of stick blocks. Where is it? There it is. Because I'm going to take a slightly different approach to what I usually do. I'm going to frame out the entire ship. Because I feel like that'll be... I need to go get the cockpit. Everything else can wait, but the cockpit, oh my god, these birds. And capybaras, you didn't see that. That didn't happen. This is not happening. Look away. Was it? Oh, right, I need the cockpit. Because I need to move this thing up. Wow, Wow, you could really just slap that thing right on the side of the cockpit like that, huh? All right, well. Go put this thing up in the air. I did have this thing on that tower over there as just like just to stop the island from respawning, which it did do that. Like, I came back here and nothing had respawned, but other than the wild animals, which keep running around, and like, the thing is, like, I don't care that they're there, other than the fact that they keep going up inside my ships. And then when I go to take off and I don't know they're there, I'm like, go, 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 go. And I'm like, what's going on? And I go and I find a freaking capybara or a bird or something, like, over back here sniffing around the globe. That sounds like a show for the 90s. Sniffing around the globe on Nickelodeon. This week, Cappy is sniffing around Madagascar. It's just him going and going, nope, that don't smell good. Next week, he's sniffing around Kuala Lumpur. So, how do I want to... You know what? I think the first thing I need to do is visualize, like, how long the ship is going to be, because it is absolutely going to be max length. Okay. Because I have a very specific vision for this ship. And it's going to be very long and girthy. That's what she said. All right. Yep, building a new ship. Kind of outgrew the last one. I really, like, I've been saving up, like, resources and stuff for a while, and, I made the decision to pull the trigger last episode when I filled my gold chest, and I was like, okay, I need to make some more room for the gold, but then I've already upgraded the ship, so, like, look at this, I had the chest full, and then I had, like, 2 more stacks down here. And this is where I'm at now. Like, I used up all of this just upgrading the ship. Is that a single or a double? That's a double. Okay. I'm still thinking with my Minecraft brain. Calling it a double chest. Yeah, I got all the crystal stuff now, and I got some power upgrades in the last couple streams. So now I'm like, I'm ready to upgrade to a new ship, something bigger. And, I mean, I suppose I could just tell you guys what I'm making here. Last stream, somebody said, and I kind of unconsciously was already thinking it, but, like, when they said it, I'm like, yeah, you're right, it kind of does. Somebody said that my ship looks like, Battlestar Galactica. And I'm like, you know what? Yeah, it kind of does. But I can do better than kinda. So, for this ship, I'm literally gonna build Galactica. Like, obviously it's gonna be scaled down because Galactica is not, you know, what is it, 55 feet long? Quite a bit longer. I think a Raptor is like 35 feet long. So you can imagine Galactica's probably like a kilometer. But we can do a scaled down version. We can do a little Galactica. Lil Lactica. right, so thinking about how I want this to look, because it's going to be like probably 5 wide up here, and it's going to be a steep incline because it's got like the front of Galactica almost looks like the front of a car, but like an expensive race car, like a Bugatti or something, you know, because it's got like a really steep slant like a windshield. Actually, I'm going to make it even wider. I think... yeah. I think that might work. There. How many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Red Dwarf. Man, I haven't seen that in ages. I'll be honest, I don't even remember what the ship from Red Dwarf looks like. I'd have to go look it up. No, you know what? Actually, I'm gonna make... I don't want to make it too wide. Because... but, like... The problem is that, like... the front of the ship and the back of the ship, it's got kind of like a dumbbell shape. Where, like... you know, you've got, like... the front of the ship is like this. And then there's a skinny part in the middle with, like, the 2 pontoons on the side over here. And then you come to the back, and then there's a big chonky piece on the back here. Like this. Like, this is the basic layout of what Galactica looks like. Oh, like, very much like my other ship. But... like, the middle part is not... it's not a stick. It's still pretty thick. So I want to be able to pass around, like, through. Like, this is gonna... the central part is gonna be, like, engine... like, what I'm thinking is... we'll do that, because it's a little bit... the pontoons on it are like... easily half the length. And, like, so the command bridge is up here, and then these are, like... there's, like, holes on the front of the ship. On the front of these, like, I call them pontoons. That's not what they are. They are the, where the jets take off from. Where, like, the Raptors and the, what's the other one? The Vipers. They have 2 kinds of, fighter vessels. Fighters, like, single pilot fighters. Well, I think one's single and one's double. I think that's, like, the difference between them. The Raptors and the, Vipers. I think the Vipers are 1-man and the Raptors are 2-man, but I could have that reversed. Yeah, but, I mean, I gotta build something. I need a bigger ship than what I got, and I don't want to take it apart, because it just won't even be recognizable anymore. And I think if I make it thick enough, like, it only needs to be 8 blocks thick in the back to... maybe you're right. Maybe this is a bad design for 55. God, it's so frustrating that they won't give us the full size. But then, like, what could I do? I can't do a TARDIS. I mean, I can. It would be easy, but someone else already did it. And I got a buttload of stone, so whatever I build, it's got to be made out of stone. And I'm not going to make the Enterprise for the same reason. 55 is not enough to make the Enterprise. It's going to have to be something like short and thick. Like the Millennium Falcon, but I don't want to do that because, like, everybody's doing that. Ship. That's like a shuttlecraft. That's like a 2-seater. I need a van, not a sports car. Yeah, I feel like if I try to build this like this. You know what? I think I'm overthinking. I'm going to go for it because this is a design that is not terribly dissimilar to my ship and my other save. Except that my ship and the other save has wings. So I think if I just make the front a little wider, like this is good, right? Because this is, what, 9 wide? Then I can make the center part 7 wide with half slab walls so that it's a block and a half narrower. And then the back part I can make as chunky as I want because that's where all the balloons are going to be. And the engines are going to be on the sides. So I don't even need to worry about those. I mean, like, you know, the first thought that comes to mind when we talk about, like, a big cargo bay is, Serenity. But I don't want to do Serenity because I feel like... Because I wasn't a fan of Firefly. Not that it was a bad show, I just, like, wasn't into it, and I'm, like, not... And I would feel like a poser, you know? Like if someone who'd never watched any Star Trek went and made the Enterprise, it's like, man, you're not really a Trekkie. Get out of here. I'm not a brown coat. I'm more like I'm not a fan of the franchise. I know all the terminology. Ooh. Wait, hold on. Let me go look something up real quick. Well, that's not it. No, that's not going to work. I was thinking maybe I could make the Nostromo from Alien, but that thing, I know that's going to be 101, but by 100, that's not a 55er. All right. You know what? I'm just going to do like an original concept. I'm not going to make a duplicate of another ship. I'm just going to do my thing and we'll see how it comes out. If I'm going to go with the original design that I had in my head. If it looks like Galactica, great. If it doesn't, I'm okay with that. I'm just going to do what I had in my head. And what I had in my head was... let's see, I was going to put... Because I need to have... What is it? Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you guys. I tweaked this design of the ship a little bit before I parked it. Because there was some stuff I wanted to do to it. So like you can see, I took some of the engines off the back, so it's only 3 wide, and I kind of framed them in a little bit. And I encased that caged pipe on the bottom to just give it a more finished look. And then I took the ones that I removed from the back and I put them between the balloons in the pontoons. That was always my intention to do that. I just never got around to it. And I think it looks way better like that. But anyway. Why is this beam still here? Alright, that's better. So I'm thinking, like... this back part is gonna be chunky. So it's going to be like 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Like, I was watching some Minecraft videos. They weren't really tutorials. They were more like, these are the 3 tricks you need to step up your build game or to make your builds look amazing. And it's a different game, but the principles still apply. Yeah, but I mean, have you looked at the Nostromo? It's got a really complicated design. It's not like a chunky, like a, you know, I mean, if you were to describe like the Enterprise, I would be like, okay, the front is like a pie with a hamburger underneath one end of it with 2 hot dogs sticking out the side. Like, you could, I wouldn't be able to begin to, like, describe, the Millennium Falcon it's a pie plate with a hot dog sticking out one side. Like, you could describe other ships. You know, the Serenity, it's a goose. That's it. It's a goose. It's just shaped like a goose. I would not begin to know how to describe or design or build. It's so complicated and there's so many angles. There's no 90-degree turns on that thing anywhere. They're like, let's make a ship that looks like abstract art. Let's make our ship look like it was designed by Picasso. Actually, okay, so this is the center line right here. So we need it to go down lower. We need it to go at least 4 below the center line and 4 above the center line. And this is so that we can accommodate the balloons. I am going to put all the propulsion stuff for this ship in the very back. Or all the elevation stuff. And then I'm going to have an engine room in front of that where all the, like, actual engines are. Turned on 0 of 0 energy generators. I need to lift this up more. That should be good. So, like, let me take these down. Yeah, I think that's where I need to start, is design the engine pods first. Because, like you said, that's where the balloons are going to go. So that needs to be the biggest part. So that's 4 down. So this will be the bottom. Actually, man, I need jump boost. I wish I could jump 2 blocks. Just 2 blocks. See? I could just 2 blocks. Okay, so this is the center line right here. So then we need 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, that is the minimum thickness of our ship. And I think, given the length, maybe we could make it a little bit thicker? Well, I need to raise this up 1. Because I want the engines and the ship's core to all be on the same floor, all level. Actually, no, I don't. I want it to be raised up one. Because then I can have a platform on the bottom and a platform on the top. That was like one of the main gripes that I had in my ship design. You know, the space shuttle kind of design that I have in my other save. I had this one block over here. That's this block. This one. That's underneath the ship's core. I had it sunken into the ground. So when you were standing underneath it, you could see it through the ceiling. And I'm like, I could put a slab over it to cover it, but that would look goofy. Just have one random slab in the ceiling in the middle of the room. So I kind of just had to, like, never look up. So yeah, I'm going to have, this is going to be our center line. So we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm cool with that. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5. I mean, I'm sure this is not like the exact center of the build, but I'm not going to make it all the way to the top or all the way to the bottom. So I'm not terribly worried about that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I need to go up more. This is like a very different strategy than the way I usually build ships, where I'm like framing it out with stick blocks first. This was something that was suggested in one of those Minecraft tutorial videos where they're like, just build the outline out of some kind of easy to break block, like slime blocks or dirt or I think in the video he used wool blocks so he could also visualize the color, but right now, I'm worried about the shape. I kind of know... I've got a buttload of stone, so I know what color it's going to be. Like, I spent 3 days just flying around digging up entire buildings. I'm using that stone. Alright. There we go. Oh my god, why are you guys all coming to my ship? Get in the band hammer. Ban from stream. Ban from stream. Ban for a month. Ban. Look at this guy. Look at her. Get out from underneath there. And it wouldn't be so bad if they just kind of hung out wherever on the island. They all come straight to your ship. And they try to, like, climb up inside it. Current ship. Put all flight items below the main deck. Yeah. Sometimes you want to show it. Sometimes, you know, like if you're going for, like, a steampunk build. Which I might do on my next ship. On my other main save. I have an awesome idea for my next build. And it's going to be ballooned out. Not hiding the balloons. The balloons are going to be on the outside. All right. So where was it? Okay, so we know that it needs to be 3 wide to accommodate the base of the balloons. Do I have? I do, okay. I was like, do I have a health ring on? I completely forgot. I don't know if I want it to be square though. That doesn't even look square. That looks rectangular. I want it to be wider than it is. Oh, I see what the problem is. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You know what? Let me go get them. I need more workspace. Where is it? There. You know what? I'm just going to go ahead and take all of this. And I'm going to fill in over here. That's not what I need, though. I need over here filled in. Too much deep water over here. I don't like that they don't show you the silhouette when you're placing blocks underwater. It's like you're just placing them blind. You're hoping that you're pointing at the right spot. There we go. All right. That's good enough. I don't need to pave the entire ocean. I just need a little bit more purchase. Put that there. All right, 1, 2, 3. What do we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. And we go over here. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. There we go. A bit better. Probably gonna be more like that. And that. I want to get this done in a single stream. I don't know if I will. All right, so and I need, what is it, 8? I need room for 8? So that's 4 on each side. So that's 12. So I put 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and then 1 for the front wall. And then on this side, I also put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, and then 1 for the front wall. Why does this not look right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and then 1 for the front wall. And oh, there's an extra one. Okay. That's why it doesn't look right. It wasn't right. What the hell was that? Why did I get... Did you guys see that? I just got pushed. I just got, like, force pushed by something. Apparently this ship is, like, a Jedi Master. Right. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Two, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And I missed my mark. Well, I'll land right here. Alright. One. What am I counting for? I'll just go until I see the... There we go. Alright. Alright, so that's the engineering section. I want to make it wider. I think it's not wide enough. You know what? I need a... Let me see. I need a wider perspective on this. I need to get further away. Yeah, yeah, you guys are right. In order for this to work, it needs to be, like, literally double the length. It's just not... Like, my goal is to get a ship with more storage space, and if I shrink the proportions down to make it look like Galactica, it'll actually be a smaller ship than that one. So what can I do instead? Not gonna do that one. Oh, let me get some inspiration. I type in Space Freighter, and it gives me, like, the first one is Nostromo. See, the thing is, like, all of these Space Freighter type ships, they're all, like, long and skinny. They look like a semi, but, like, with 9 trailers behind it. See, that looks kind of cool. What is that from? Okay. You know what? I'm gonna ditch the pontoon idea. Hmm. Because I want to have, like, a really big, huge cargo area. That's why I wanted it to be so tall. Because I figured, like, I could have my lab and stuff up on the top, and then a big cargo area underneath, like I have in my other ship. But I don't want to just rebuild my other ship. I just want to do something like the big flat, like a wedge on the front. And I fell off again. Get all this junk out of my inventory. I don't know about I mean, yeah, an arrowhead, like, would work. Because, like, it would be, like, way bigger in the back. But I feel like if I did that, it would just come out looking like an Imperial Star Destroyer. I'm not trying to do that. Let me, try something here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's as wide as that is over there. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, like that. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ah, too many crickets. 1, 2, 3, 4. Two, three, four. One more. No, I don't like it just being a straight flat side like that. I want it to roll inward a little bit. So it would be... I think this would work. I gotta count this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 1, 4, 1, 5. And then it would have, like, I'm thinking of making it like kind of semi-cylindrical, where I would like 2, 3, 4, 5, 2. Yeah, but this thing was going to be big and chunky anyway, the way I had it envisioned it in my head, so... The balloons are not what's limiting me. What's limiting me is the size. If the ship was bigger, you could easily hide the balloons inside and no one would ever know. The problem is hiding the balloons inside a small ship. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6... And I just ran out of blocks. That's it. All right, I guess just work with that for now. Okay. So come up to here. And then what I want to do is no, not there. From there. This will just be flat all the way across. This is going to look like a wedge of cheese on the front. And then do this across here. Oh, I see. Those are missing. It's going to take a lot of like slabs and vertical stairs and stuff to like smooth this out, but this is kind of how I want it to look. I don't know how I'm going to do the front windshield. It's probably just going to be just a flat panel of glass on the front that's just inset into the wedge, which will probably help smooth out a lot of that. Like, I want to move this here and that up there. I like that a little better. Oh, I've already got it that way on the other side. grab the boat here. So then, like... You know what? Hold on. Let me, I'm gonna need way more blocks. There we go. Actually, I'm going to change one setting for now. To hotbar. Apply. There we go. So I don't even... usually I don't want stuff going to my hotbar. I want to go into my inventory. But right now, I keep chopping up and putting down my rowboat, my dinghy. And I want it to go to my hotbar so I don't have to open my inventory and put it back there every time. Okay. So I don't know if you guys can tell, I made the bottom a bit more flat than the top. The top has 2 blocks over here, and so resulting in more of a curve, whereas this one only has 1, and it makes the bottom look a little bit flatter, kind of like the head of a snake. Ugh. Okay. Oh, put down the... I can't even reach it from down here. I don't know what I put this down for. You know what? I'm gonna make this come up one more. That means I gotta move all of this back, though. This should be back here. This is why we do this with stick blocks first. This is such a good idea. It's like if you make a mistake at this stage, it's like 0 seconds to fix it. Boom, look at that. Mistake gone. Oh, wait. I moved right past it. God, I need a better chair. Frick a frack, dig, nib, flippity gibbet. Oh, this must be one of the most boring streams ever. Like, oh my god, just kill something already. Oh, that's right. Let me take a look at this. What do I want to do with this? I mean, I guess I could just do this for now. Just to get it in place. And then maybe I'll do this. There we go. Perfect. All right. Yeah. All right, let me get another wide-angle view of this thing, see how it's looking so far. Yeah. I mean, I've kind of got an idea of what I want to do, but I mean, right now it kind of looks like a penis. God, it really does. Hey, Black, yeah, welcome back. I was kind of like, because somebody commented last stream that this ship kind of looks like Battlestar Galactica. You know, because of the pontoons on the side and the big chunky thing in the back. And so I thought, well, you know what? Why don't I just do that? But it's just not coming out because the problem is that 55 is just not big enough to make a Galactica. So I'm just kind of building to see what I can come up with. But right now, it's just coming out very phallic. Like back here is where I'm going to put the balloons and the motors, and then I'm going to put the engines up here, and I'm going to have this over here, and then up there is where the cockpit's going to be, and it just, I don't know. Right now I'm just building out a frame so that I can visualize what this thing is going to look like. And I'm not really liking what I'm visualizing here. It's basically going to look like a wedge of cheese when it's done. Yeah, this is my... Let's see, I've got the Ocean Majestic, the Orion, Bodie McBoatface, Scorpion, which was upgraded to Scorpion 2. And so this is my 5th ship. Across 2 saves. Or no, I didn't call it, but I called it Banana Boat. Not Bodie McBoatface. And then I think what I'll probably do is like that, and then go back down into this. Yeah. Oh, and I forgot Castle Lions, which is my base, but technically it is a ship that is capable of going to 3,000 altitude. So, I mean, it technically counts as a ship. It is a ship. I mean, like, it has balloons and a cockpit and stuff, but I don't fly around in it. I don't think of it as a ship. It's more of a base. I just built it that way so that when there's another, like, map reset, it has enough balloons to go to 3,000. It can't actually go that high because we can't go to 3,000 yet. But it does have... Technically, it's outfitted with the capacity to go to 3,000. It just isn't upgraded to that yet because that upgrade doesn't exist. The reason I did that, and I demoed this once when I was working on it, in one of the videos. You can probably go find the one where I put in the engine systems. Yeah, it has, no, actually it's, you know, now that I think about it, it can go way higher than 3,000 because it does not have 12 balloons. It has 24. So that's what, if it's 4 per altitude, it's 24 divided by 4, 6,000. It could go up to 6,000. The reason I did that is because even though the number of balloons that you have, it only lets you go to as high as your ship's core, how quickly you get to that altitude is unlimited. And that castle ship is an absolute rocket. It gets from 0 to 2,000. It's like an elevator, man. It's just so fast. It's like the elevator in the Burj Khalifa. It goes up so fast that your ears pop. Yes, exactly. And I only put what is the maximum speed that's allowed, which is 60. So I only have 24 engine, but like they're all lined along the wall inside of my inside the like the tunnel area underneath my cockpit. But anyway, you know what? I think I just got my idea. Ooh, okay. I know what I'm doing. All right, lightning just struck me. Okay. So, I want this thing to be like a big chunker, right? So, instead of having, right, because like what I've been doing is I've been doing like, okay, I'm gonna have like the main ship here, right? Let me like do this over here so I have enough. Let me go find some flat earth over here so I can kind of show you guys like what I'm thinking here, right? So normally I have like, okay, this is the main ship, right? This is the main hull. And then I'm gonna have like a couple little pontoons on the side over here, right? But what if, instead of doing like the big in the center and the 2 pontoons on the side, what if I just did 3 full hulls that are connected? like this. So I can have massive storage on this side, massive, like, laboratory on this side, and then whatever the heck I want in the middle, like weapon storage or something, like a bunch of weapons and armor racks and stuff. Because I do have, like, a buttload of cool stuff to display, and I've had so much luck in this stream, man. Like, and the other day, I don't know if you guys saw that little short video that I posted. In my main save, where I have the space shuttle, I was out farming for an item for a build at the Capybara Merchant. Which I finally got enough of, so I've been farming up that mushroom hat to upgrade it to see exactly how good can I make this thing. And it can get pretty good. Off topic. I'm on my way back to my base at spawn. And the YouTube video that I'm watching ends. So I alt-tab over to YouTube to look for another video. And I'm browsing, and I'm looking, and I'm scrolling through my feed. Go, ooh, here's one I haven't watched yet. And so I click on it. And I click play. And I alt-tab back. And I'm sitting in my cockpit, and I don't see spawn. But I see it up here in the corner of my screen, and I flip around and I look and I see it's 22,000 behind me. So I go over and real quick and I slam on the brakes. And I'm like, okay, I just overshot. So I go outside of my ship, and what do I see right there? I dead stopped, blind, almost directly above the Four Kings. So I now have Abyss Forge in my main save, which was one of the 3 big rares that I didn't have. The other 2 being the Taser Gauntlets and the Marty McFly boots. Somebody found the boots. A Russian player found it, so they are confirmed. Or maybe not Tri-Hull. No, I definitely want to do Tri-Hull because, yeah, the Star Something gloves, yeah. So the boots have jump and fall distance. And if you're lucky, you can also roll speed on them. But the thing is, like, the jump on, because they're like moon boots or something. So the jump gets crazy on those boots. Like, really quickly. Yeah, it gets really nuts. 200%? Wow. The Scorpion Queen. And jump potion and say 200%? Yeah. Damn indeed. Is that what they start with, or what you can get them up to with upgrades? Oh, they start with 50%? Okay. I mean, 50% jump is great. If it's possible to get speed boost on those boots, I would rather not get any more jump on those. 50% is perfect. I'd wager with 50% you can clear 3 blocks. I would not want a single % more. Yeah, I'd much rather have it all go onto the block fall, or preferably speed boost. Oh, so it does have a hidden speed boost. Do we know how much the speed boost is? I'm gonna have to hunt those boots down. Yeah, I feel like those two kind of complement each other well. Like, I mean, these cancel out the shield's slow effect pretty nicely, too. So have you seen those? They look like Stargates that are kind of broken. It spawns in a unique one that is only 50% of the gate. That's like broken in half. So people call it the Crescent. I would imagine 200% jump boost, it, like, would get you, like, way higher than 2. I've heard people say 200 speed boost ruins the boots. Their jump boost, I mean. Because you end up jumping, like, clear over buildings. Yeah, that's the good thing, is, like, the structure's rare, but if you come across it, it's super easy to spot. Because it's on a rotten biome, so you already know, like, oh, I'm in a purple sky, or pink sky, I should keep an eye out. And they're huge. You just look for these big, huge half circles. Even the regular ones are not very common. I don't know why I put that down. How am I going to do this? Because I don't want it to just look like I want it to look like a pack of hot dogs, you know? Like I want to do a tri-hull, but how would this... Let me get some inspiration. Those aren't... It said spaceship. Why the hell are you showing me speedboats? Like, I Google tri-hull spaceship, and it's showing me, like, U.S. Navy concept ships. How much distance do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Hmm. You know, what is that? 18? What does that come out to? You know, that's almost exactly a third. I think this might actually be perfect. 4. 1, 2, 3. The jump potion? I haven't really tested the jump potion. I have to look into that. I've not tested it. Uneven. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. It is uneven. Wait, no, I remember why I did it that way. I wanted an extra. Hey, Scar Creation. What's going on? Oh, yeah. Like, I wasn't even looking for it. I just tripped and fell on it. It's like what happened, basically. Like, why can't that happen really? Why can't I just be, like, walking through a park and I trip over a bag of money? I would gladly take a garbage luck in game for that kind of luck in real life. Oh yeah, a gold nugget would be great too. Okay, that's better. So there's going to be plenty of room inside of there to hide all the engineering stuff. Because, like, these three, like, this is where the balloons are going to be. And then also over here on this side. And then I can put all, like, the pipes and the engines and stuff. So all of the propulsion stuff is going to be in the back here. And then I'll just have all of it connected to pipes that come to, like, the main central area, which is going to be, like, right here. And I'll just have all the engines right here. And I think it's, to fully power a maxed out ship, I think it's 8 engines. So I have 4 and 4. Maybe I'll make them inline so they look like a V8, like a Hemi. 350 horsepower V8 Hemi. Balls to the wall. Well, I mean, in a procedurally generated game, it really is more luck than skill. Finding stuff, anyway. Now, once you find it and you use it, that's different. Oh no, if I actually found a bag of money in the park, I would immediately go to the police station and turn it in. Because, see, here's what happens, right? If you turn it in, and the person it belongs to comes and claims it, like it was a bank that got robbed or something, most banks will give you 10% of what you found as a reward. So if I find $50,000 in a bag, and I go turn it in, I get to keep $5,000 if the bank claims it. If nobody claims it, after a certain amount of time, they come back to you like, hey man, this money, it's been sitting here, nobody claimed it, it's yours to keep. Yeah, exactly, anyone. You know, that's the correct thing to do. And it's the most profitable one. Either someone claims it and you get a reward, or nobody claims it and you get to keep the whole thing legally. I think it's like 3 or 6 months. It depends on like what state, or like I'm in the United States. That's what the law is here. But other countries differ. And of course it varies from state to state as well. So like I'm in Illinois, it might be different here. Ships with 3 or 4 hulls, Hail Mary, Project Hail Mary, The Expanse. The Expanse is a good one. Well, The Expanse, those ships are just tubes. Because it's like realistic technology. I love The Expanse. I love the story. Not a fan of the ships. Battlestar Galactica, that was the one we started with. Prometheus or Daedalus from SG-1. Yeah, I was actually looking at SG-1 ships as well. Liberator from Blake 7. I don't know that one. Y-Wings from Star Wars. S-36 from Sojourn. I don't know that one. I know the Y-Wing. It's a diplomatic ship on a mission from Alderaan. You're a rebel spy. Take her away. Wait, no, that wasn't the Y-Wing. That was the Corvette. No, it wasn't the Corvette. The Corvettes are bigger. What was it? It had like 12 thrusters on the back, and the front of it looked like a hammer. Okay. But like, uh, and actually, Galactica is not the ship that I was kind of trying to model off of. I like the design of the Pegasus better. It's a little more compact, and so it works better in a reduced size like this. So then let's see, I would have like, okay, the Corellian, so it was the Corvette, I was right, okay. Thank you. I'm not like a super hardcore, like I've watched all the Star Wars movies and stuff, and a lot of the shows, like obviously, I've watched Mandalorian, and I've watched, what was the really good one that everybody's talking about should have won an Oscar? There's that one speech that's given by I think his name is Raylan, that's like, what have I given? Everything! But I'm not like super, like my fandom is Star Trek. I love me some Star Trek. But classic Star Trek, okay? Not the stuff they've been putting out lately. And it's not because like, oh, they made Star Trek woke. Listen, Star Trek has always been woke. That's like its brand. Like, back in the 60s, they had the first interracial kiss. My problem is that it seems to me like the people that are making Star Trek now don't understand what it was that made Star Trek good in the first place. Like, they keep having these big, lavish, like, battles, like, every episode, and it's like, yeah, okay, like, there was battle, there was intrigue, but it was rare. Most of the time, they were dealing with, like, diplomatic issues and, like, moral dilemmas. It was a cerebral show. It wasn't just like, oh, here's the Klingons again, let's just fire proton torpedoes. But they just keep getting all the, like, what was it, Section 12 and, or Section 31, I think is what it was. Like the Black Ops division of Starfleet, which I don't believe an organization like Starfleet would have a Black Ops. They would not have Wet Works. It just doesn't make sense. They're not a Starfleet is not a military agency, per se. Yeah, for me, my canon is original Star Trek, Next Gen, Voyager, and Deep Space Nine. In that order. I know. Most people prefer Deep Space Nine over Voyager. I'm a Voyager fan. I like it better. Because it was more. The thing about Deep Space Nine is it towards the end it got a little bit pseudo-religious. It's the same thing that turned me off to Battlestar Galactica. When Galactica started getting all religious, I stopped. Like, nah, come on, this is a space show. I want to see science. And Voyager, there was no religion in there, except for the episode where Kes left, but it was one episode. It was all about, like, science and, transphasic torpedoes and multiphasic shields and Borg technologies and species 8472 and quantum time space jibba jabba and the Year of Hell. And Deep Space Nine was good. I'm not gonna. It had some great episodes. There were some really iconic moments in that show. I am not. I have nothing bad to say about Deep Space Nine. It's not that I didn't like it. I did. I just like Voyager a little bit more. That's all. Okay, I think this is my basic frame. There's some things I want to tweak, but I know where I want to tweak and how I want to tweak it. And obviously, this is really rough. I'm going to smooth out the edges. But I think this is basically what it's going to look like. And, you know, like, now that I've got it done, I shouldn't have doubted myself. I think that I can do... And, you know, I am going to tweak one thing on here right now, though. Like, I'm going to bring this in a bit. I might even bring it in a little bit more. I might round it a little more. Yeah, I'm going to round it a little more. Okay, now we're talking. You know what? I'm gonna round it more. I have to bring that in now. It's too far out now. There we go. Yeah. Well, you know, I'm not a big fan of the Enterprise series, specifically because of how it ended. I know that it seems like it's implying that the entire series never happened, and that it was all just a holo novel that Riker was watching on the holodeck on the Next Generation Enterprise. But it just like that seems like that's what it's implying. I know that's not, but it seems that way, and I hate it. It's like when, you know, you find out, like, at the final episode of a season or even a show, when one of the characters wakes up and it's like, oh yeah, none of that ever happened. I was all dreaming. One of the worst offenders. Let me tell you guys, if you ever watch the TV series Fringe, it's great. At the end of season 4, The main characters, the two main characters, are in a field having a picnic. Stop there. That is where the show ends. Do not watch past the point where they're having the picnic. Because the next thing that happens is portals open up and time travelers come out and all sorts of crazy time travel BS and shenanigans happen. And at the end of season 5, which is the final episode of the series, they go back in time and change history, and they go right back to that same picnic in that same field, except now the portals don't appear. So you can just ignore season 5. It never happened. And I hate shows that do that. Oh, I hate them so much. I'm going to round these off a little bit, too. They're a bit too square for my taste. And they've got plenty of room here, so... Oh, there have been several. What was it? There was a movie with Jessica Biel and Nicolas Cage. I think it was called Next. Or, yeah, it was Next. Where Nicolas Cage could see the future. But only like so far into the future. But then at the end of the movie, they reveal that like for the first time, he had like a really big, super long into the future premonition. And the whole movie was a premonition. And it goes back to the beginning of the movie, and he goes, no, let's go this way instead. And the whole movie never happened. That's why I hate whenever I hear like, oh, there's going to be time travel. No, I'm out. I loved the TV show Heroes, but the way that they handled time travel in that show ruined it. Destroyed that show. There was a character, right? Hiro Nakamura. And at first, like, I thought, oh, this is a really cool way to do his powers, right? Like, it seemed like he had the ability to stop time. And I'm like, that's cool because he doesn't really have super speed. He's just pausing time and then walking around at normal speed doing stuff. And it looks like he's got speed. And then they subtly intimated that, like, oh no, he can actually go back in time, which wasn't so bad at first, because, like, you know, there was one point where he went back in time and that's where he got his, like, iconic sword from, which the sword was probably the coolest thing about the show. It was just this black katana with like a DNA symbol on the handle. And but then there was another character named Nathan Petrelli. His power was so badly written. His power was that he could copy any power from any other person with a power who stood near him. He didn't even need to see them use it. All he had to do was pass within like 10 feet of him. So by the end of season 3, this dude had like 85 powers. And one of them was the time travel power. And there's a scene where he and this woman that he's in love with, this Irish woman, they travel 5 years into the future. And there's like this outbreak of this plague. So he goes back in time without this woman. He leaves her 5 years in the future, changes the past, and then the woman is never mentioned again. He just forgets her. He erased the future that she was in, and so he erased her as well. So it's not like he could go back to the future to get her. That future's gone. He just deleted her from time. That's like worse than killing a character. You just deleted a character. It was such a cool show in concept. It's like, what if normal people in the real world suddenly had superpowers? And then it just turned into like, think of the worst DC comic you ever read. That's what it turned into. DC's got some great comics. This wasn't one of the good ones. Think of one of the bad ones. It turned into that. Or, no, you know what it turned into? It turned into that comic where Marvel revealed that Captain America had been a member of Hydra the entire time. But what? What? I remember somebody put out a meme where they had a bunch of other heroes where they had like Batman goes, I use guns now, and then Spider-Man is like F responsibility, and then they put the last one was Deadpool, and he goes, chimichangas suck. And one of the problems, it's like, if it furthered the plot in some meaningful way, I wouldn't have a problem with it. But like, so many writers use time travel as a crutch. They're like, I don't know how I'm going to get out of this. Wiggle my fingers, time travel. The character goes back in time. It never happened. It's like, just admit that you don't have an ending. I would love to see somebody use time travel. Like, here's what I would do. If I was going to write a TV show about a time traveler, right? Let's say some guy, he's in the Marvel universe, he's a mutant, he discovers he can travel through time, right? So he goes back in time and he tries to like kill Hitler or something, you know? Like, if you could travel through time, what would you do? You're like, oh, I have superpowers and I could travel. Yeah, I'm going to go kill Hitler. Time cops show up. Like, I would love to see, and the thing is, Marvel has time cops. They have the, what are they called? They're the people that picked up Loki. What are they called? Yes, Rick and Morty does not do time travel. They've been very explicit about that. Yeah, yeah. There was a movie, Time Cop. But that's not what I mean, right? I don't mean like dudes in uniforms show up and stop you. I mean something a little more abstract. There was an episode of Legends of Tomorrow where they went back to try and stop the assassination of, what was his name? The Archduke Franz Ferdinand. Because the assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand is what triggered World War I, and the fallout of World War I led to World War II. So by saving this one guy, they could prevent both world wars. But the thing is, Time TVA, yes, thank you. The Time Variance Authority. So they're like, well, if we can just save this one guy, that's like 1 billion dead people that we can save. So they keep trying to save him, and things keep going wrong to stop them. It's like time doesn't want them to stop him. And they find out later that it's because there's a guy who was put there to protect this event in time by this time authority, because it's a fixed point. It's like, no, this has to happen. If this guy is not assassinated, so much of the timeline will change that it'll cause like a rip in time space. He must die. And so the guy was just put there specifically to stop time travelers. And they can't see him because he's got like a device that allows him to move outside of time. So anytime they tried to go and change something, he would show up, time would be frozen, he would make changes, like take the bullets out of their gun, or tie their shoelaces together so they'd trip. Yes, fixed points in time. Or like in the Spider-Verse, what did they call that? Canon events. That's what they called it in Into the Spider-Verse. It's like, it's a canon event. It must happen. It cannot be stopped. And the way that they went about it was like, okay, you know, like there's at one point, White Canary goes and just tries to shoot the assassin in the head, and she pulls the trigger and there's no bullets in her gun. And it's because the time guy paused time and removed the bullets from her gun before she pulled the trigger. That's what I want to see from time travel. I want to see a time travel like, you're only allowed to put right what shouldn't have been. Things that should have been, no matter how awful, you can't change it. Because that stuff needed to happen. You can't save the Archduke. You can't kill Hitler. You can't go and, like, arrest Jack the Ripper on his first night. Like, you can't change these things. You can't teach McFly how to punch Biff Tannen in the face. It doesn't work like that. All right. Well, we are going to be going well below relativistic speeds in this ship, so we don't need to worry about time travel. Ooh, that's going to work out so perfect. Yeah. And that's another thing that, like, people say, like, if you go back and kill Hitler, Hitler's dad would just become Hitler. Like, time will not allow you to change time. The paradox would self-repair. But I want to see a show that the only time I've ever seen a work of fiction really tackle that was Jules Verne's Time Machine, where he kept trying to go back in time. And I don't know, I've not read the book, so I don't know if that's how it is in the book. But in the movie, he kept trying to go back and save his girlfriend, and she just kept dying. And so he said, well, I can't go to the past. Let me see if I can go to the future to find a solution. And when he got to the future and he talked to people who, like, understand time travel and stuff, and they're like, yeah, man, there's nothing you can do. You can't change the past. Okay. I think I'm ready to start properly building now. let's go and take a look at what kind of blocks I'm going to use. I know for sure. Wrong crafting table. Where is? There it is. Okay. I know for sure I want to use... No, not that one. Where is it? This one? I want to use this one. Like, I want to use a ton of this one. But I want to have something else as like a trim. Like, I think maybe this one. To just kind of break it up a little bit. All right. And then we'll also do some of this. Okay. Oh, I need to craft one of those. 15 wood and 4 rope. I never saw that because it had Tom Cruise in it, and I just find him to be repulsive. He is just so up his own ass. Are you talking about 7 days? There was a TV show where they had this very limited amount of this element that allowed them to go back in time. So like, all right, well, whenever something happens that's like the assassination of a world leader, the detonation of a nuclear bomb, they would send this guy back in time 7 days to fix it. A show where you go back in time 24 hours? I mean, I know there's a movie where this guy relived the same 24 hours over and over. It's Groundhog Day. And also summer, what is it? Spring Break? I mean, there's a couple of movies that have done that. 24 hours. I remember there was a movie where this guy was like trying to fight his way through this building with a bunch of like terrorists, and he would die and go back to the beginning and have to do it again. But that was a movie. It wasn't a TV show. I know there was a TV show called Early Edition where a guy would get tomorrow's newspaper today. And so he would like read the news, and like anything bad that he read in the newspaper, he'd like try to prevent it. Let's see. Da-da-da-da. was going to lag for a sec. Oh, wow, that was actually pretty quick. That was impressively quick. All right, do 200 of these. Actually, you know, I'm going to do one more stack. These. Yeah, boss level. All right. Let's start laying down some rock. I think I'm going to start where any good shipbuilder starts. I'm going to lay down the keel. For those of you not familiar with nautical terminology, the keel is a massive, long, thick, I mean multiple tons strip of metal that is placed down here at the bottom of the ship when you're building a ship. Or, you know, wood if it's an old wooden hull ship. And it's like the backbone of the ship. It's the first piece you put down. I need to raise this up one more block. Boy, this is slow. I don't think you can. People have requested that we be able to turn roof blocks sideways. There's a build I want to do. I won't go into details yet because I can't do it, and I kind of want to save it for something in the future. But I can't do the build because I want to turn the roof block sideways like you're describing. All right. There we go. No, wait. I don't want to do... We'll do this block. Oh, this is going to look so good. No. Yeah, Quantum Leap and Time Track are a little different. Quantum Leap, he was just kind of jumping around uncontrolled by what, to this day, we still don't know. We assume God. Can I jump on top of this? I can, yes. Alright, I don't need those. Setting right what once went wrong and hoping each time the next leap will be the leap home. But in the end, Samuel Beckett never returned home. Bogus ending. Okay, I'm gonna move this. Yeah, alright, that's how we're gonna do this. Okay. And Time Track was literally Time Cop the series. He was just going back in time and arresting guys who were using time travel to commit crimes. I was never really into Time Track. Like, I was familiar with it. I saw it. He had a credit card with a hologram in it. It took a lot of cues from Quantum Leap. Frickin'. Yeah. Sliders was good. It just kind of went off the tracks. They lost their way on that one. Nope. I stopped watching when Jerry O'Connell left the show. Like, he's the main character. Eventually, they replaced every character in the show except for one. They killed the professor. They fused Jerry O'Connell's character into another guy who, like, still somehow had his memories. And the other guy, like, just had this very generic look to him. Like if you just said to a generative AI, just make a white male. And it's like, that was the only prompt. Just make a Caucasian man. And that's what it spit out. Just the most generic looking guy. I don't even remember his name. Oh yeah. Rembrandt. Rembrandt was the other one that they kept around. It was Rembrandt, and what was the girl's name? Was it Sam? It was, or Billy. It was a name that's like typically a guy's name, but could also be a girl's name. That's what I should do. I should do that up down here as well. Wade. That's right. I'm not sure why I thought that was a man's name. I mean, I guess it can be. But she's the only Wade that I know, that I've ever heard of. Well, though there's Wade Wilson, who is, for those of you who don't know, Deathstroke's real name. No, that's Slade Wilson. Wade Wilson is Deadpool. I have dedicated way too much of my brain to absolutely useless information. No. Yeah. Oh yeah, Wade Boggs. Good. Good deep cut. Woo-hoo. Didn't mean to take that last one. No, wrong block. Oh, fricker frackin'. Go bet you dig, nabbit. Yeah, talk to you later. Thanks for stopping by. Okay. Now we do this, yes. Now we can start putting the bottom on this thing so that when I fall off, I don't plunge into the drink anymore. I am going to have to put, like, a hatch door right here. Because I know that when I leave this thing here, I'm going to come back and there's just going to be, like, pheasants in here just packed in, just having a rave. Last one made a long step down. Oh, yeah. Okay, so then what I'm going to do here is I'm going to do this and this. And then we'll do... Where is it? That. Oh, wrong block. There. All right, this is all coming together very nicely. Huh. Hey. Oh, wait, that's the wrong block. Let's see, this is 2, 4, 6, 8, 8, 8, and 8 is 16, and 16 is 32. That is way more engines than I actually need. I was thinking about putting the engines into these holes here because it's too tall, so they'd fit in here perfectly. But I don't need 32 engines. And it would look kind of weird if I only lit up like half of them at a time or 2/3 at a time. I don't know. I'm just going to continue with the build and we'll see what I come up with when I get there. that works. Oh, wait. Maybe I'll tweak it later. Dang it, I did it again. I keep putting them in the wrong spot. What happened? We went plaid. You never go full plaid. Man, I can't wait for the sequel to come out. Like, obviously, you know, it's been a very long time, and some of the actors are no longer available, or, you know, in John Candy's case, no longer with us. But it's one of those things, like, they got the original writer-director. So I don't think, like, I have confidence. Everything Mel Brooks does is hilarious. I think he is one of the greatest directors living, and just doesn't get the recognition that he deserves, because his chosen format is comedy instead of drama. But I really believe that he's like the Martin Scorsese, or like the Steven Spielberg of comedy. There's not a Mel Brooks film you can watch that it's like you can't immediately recognize his work. Yup. Death showed up and was like, all right, Mel, time to go. And he's like, nope, I got one more sequel to make. You're going to have to wait. Him and not too long ago, can't remember his first name. Is it Steve or George Attenborough? The guy that did all the voiceovers in like every nature documentary you've ever seen. David, I think is his name. David Attenborough. He turned 100 this year as well. And then somebody commented that he's finally too old to play with Legos. And Legos went and did something really classy. They're like, we changed the age so he can still play with Legos. And then they went and messed it all up with that stupid minifigs and bricks controversy thing that was like 99% not Lego's fault. They just kind of got pulled into the middle of this mess, but the way that they handled it, and by that I mean they handled it by not handling it at all. They just, not our problem, we're not getting involved. I'm like, really, dude? You're like, your name's being besmirched and you're just gonna let it? Like, if somebody was out there smearing my name like that, I'd have something to say about it. But that whole mess was just really, it was really shady. Oh, hold on a sec. Ugh. Forgot to switch to I know, like I said, most of that, like 99% of it, wasn't Lego's fault, and I don't blame them. They weren't involved. But when the stuff started coming out about what Bricks and Minifigs was doing, their public statement was, no comment, not our problem. It's like, like, I'll be honest, I don't know what they could have said or done. It just felt like that wasn't enough. I don't know, I guess you're right. Like, what could they have done? Like, it didn't involve them. Like, they're not involved in the secondhand Lego market. I don't know if they have any kind of specific, like, licensing agreement or something like that with Bricks and Minifigs. They could, like, threaten to pull their license if they didn't give the guy his stuff back. Go away. And your babies too. Not just the stags, but the peahens and the hatchlings, too. I mean, if that's the case, and I guess there's not really a whole lot LEGO could have done about it. If they didn't have any leverage, what could they do? Just go like, don't do that? Bricks and Minifigs could just tell them to kick rocks. Like, what are you going to do, LEGO? I don't know, I guess you're right. I guess I shouldn't hold LEGO responsible for the actions of another company just because the company's actions happen to involve their product. I just feel bad for the old man. Like, I know what it feels like when someone does, like, a really douchey thing and ruins your hobby. Like, so something happened to me the other day, and it is nowhere near as bad as having spent my entire life collecting Legos just to have some jerk come and steal them all. But, I got really into Pokemon Go when it first came out. And I play less than I used to, but I still log on and play every once in a while because, you know, sometimes they put out a new Pokemon, and I'm at a point where I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna complete the decks, and then I'm almost done. Like, there's 1,000 Pokemon. I have like 944. There's a handful left that I don't have, and it's because they haven't been released in the game yet. And, the other day, they introduced this new thing, right, where you friendship level used to go up to 4. Well, now it can go up to 5. And when you get up to level 5, which is called Forever Friends, and it's called that because it takes forever to get there, you can do what's called a remote trade. And this is where you can, normally to trade with somebody, you have to be within 100 yards of them. So, like, you and your friend down the street that live on the same block, you could trade, but you couldn't trade with somebody in, like, say, another country. And that made it very difficult to obtain region-exclusive Pokemon. Well, they made it now so that when you have a level 5 friend, you can do one unlimited distance trade. Call it a remote trade. And I had a friend on my friends list that is in the UK. And there is a Pokemon in the UK that's a region exclusive. It's a Stonehenge thing that I don't have. And I'm like, okay, so this person has it. I'll you know, they'll I'm sure they'll have it because they know it's a desired Pokemon by people in the United States. And basically anywhere outside of London. And so I'll just be like, hey, give me that, and you can have whatever the hell you want. I have like 1,500 Pokemon flagged for trades that are all like shinies and legendaries and rare stuff that, you know, like Charizard with a rare background on it, stuff like that. Like rare stuff, you know. And I'm like, I'm sure I'll have something this person wants. So we got up to Forever Friends, right? And I go to do a remote trade with them, and it says they're already in a trade with somebody else. I'm like, okay, I'll just, because it's midnight and 6 hours, once the trade is done, I'll just go back and do a trade with them. And I went back to do a trade with them, and they had unfriended me. And I'm like, what the hell? So I go on Discord and I find a common Pokemon Go server that we have. And I message and I'm like, did you not want to, we just unlocked a remote trade. Did you not want to do this trade? They didn't respond to me at all. They just blocked me. I'm like, dude, what did I do? And that I was so sour from that for like 3 days. Cause it's like, it's one thing if you're in an argument with somebody or you're being a jerk and they block you. It's like, okay, well, but in this case, I have never spoken to this person. Not even so much as to text them hello. So I can't fathom what possible reason they could have for just, oh, you spoke to me one time, blocked forever. Like, who does that? And it's like I didn't even want to play the game anymore. Like, I was really salty about that. And I know it's a small thing, it's trivial, but it's just, it was so mean. And I'm sensitive. Oh, I see. Okay. No, that was correct. I mean, I don't know. I guess it's possible. But why would the hacker unfriend me in Pokemon Go before blocking me on Discord? Like, why would they even care about this person? Let's say they hacked their Discord, right? Why would they even care about their Pokemon Go account? I could see if somebody because I see people get their Discords hacked all the time, and then someone will use their Discord to go on all the servers that they're already allowed into to just spam it with like crypto scams. But why would they care? You can't post a crypto scam in Pokemon Go. Why would they care? And I'm like racking my brain, like, did I maybe I took too long opening gifts or something and they're just mad at me because I wasn't fast enough or something? Because like there's people that I'm mad at in Pokemon Go that I've never met because we have unlocked remote trades and they don't have any remote trades tagged. So I can't trade with them because I can't see their collection to pick something. But I didn't unfriend them. I just put a little note on their name, no trades, and I just stopped opening gifts, hoping that they would get the message, oh, this guy's not opening gifts because I don't have any remote trades. Yep, that's why. You know, I had not considered that. That is very possible. Yeah, no, see, that's still okay, so fine, they stole the account. Why would they unfriend an account that account had a remote lucky trade with? Having a remote lucky trade with somebody adds value to the account. And that would be like smuggling a rare peacock into the country to sell it on the black market and plucking all its feathers first. There's only two possibilities I can think of that make sense to me. Either A, they looked through all of my Pokemon, my 1,460 some odd Pokemon, and did not want any of them. Or they were mad at me for something that I did or didn't do. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, is that they just didn't need to be friends with me anymore. And I'm like, and it's like, that's fine, but like, I have a lot of really powerful stuff. Even if you don't need another Mewtwo, why not it's a lucky Mewtwo with Mega Evolution unlocked on it already. I would take that trade even if I didn't need it, just to have it. And I've got like 12 of those. And like, for those of you that don't know, when it's lucky, that makes it have better stats. So this is the most powerful Pokemon in the game, Mega Evolved with enhanced stats. It's a beast. There's no reason, like, even if you have 10, take another one. They're monsters. They're pocket monsters. Ah? To put it in an Everwind equivalent, it's like when I'm flying around and I see a Colossus building, I've got all the drops a Colossus can drop. But he does have the component, which means if I wanted to make another sword or another axe or a hammer, I could. So I'm still going to go in there and kill the Colossus, even though I don't need to, just to get that component, because it's just another one on the stack. I think in my other save, I've got like 24 of them. I wonder how many do I have on this save? And I went underneath the ship. Let me check. What am I up to? Oh. Where is it? Is it over here? No. There we go. I got 3 extra here. I got 10 Mortivar Lord Skulls. Look at this. Look how many extra boots and gloves I got over here. I don't need all that. I got like multiples of every blueprint. I just... Alright. I'm liking how this is shaping up. I might tweak this a little bit. But for now, it's fine. I don't know. I mean, honestly, at this point, I'm over it. I'm just chatting about it. I don't really... My main point was that, like, I know how like heartbreaking it can be when you have a hobby and someone comes along and does something and ruins the hobby for you. It's like, dude, this was like my favorite thing and you just took it from me. And in this old man's case, like literally, they just took it from him. They literally stole his hobby. I would be so mad And I used to play with Legos when I was a kid. Like, that's why I'm into Minecraft now. Like, I grew up on Legos. I grew up on building stuff with blocks. People are like, I don't understand why you like this game. It's like, I like Legos. You know, I mean, this game is just really fancy, optimized Legos. Man, you know, the one block I wish I had was this block, but like, where is it? Let me see if I can find it. I want this block right here, but with this piece right here over here, sticking out sideways. So it's like a vertical slab with one block over here. I really want that piece. I know people have requested it. I hope they add it. Because there's stuff I could do on here with that. Like in this build, I want to use it in a very specific spot. But I can't. I'll just have to use slabs. All right. Where's my solid blocks? Do this right here. Ooh, wait, I know. I'm gonna make it a little skinnier without actually losing any interior space. Oh. And the other thing is, like, when you get that lucky trade, you then get, like, reset back. Essentially, you get the equivalent of a reset back to level 4, and you can work your way up to level 3 again. And the reason, and to get another lucky trade, and the reason why you would want to do that, even if you don't use the lucky trade, is because every time you get to level 5, you get 150,000 XP. And if you use a lucky egg, you can double it to 300,000. In this game, that is an insane amount of XP. There's nothing else you can do to get anywhere near that. The closest you can get is when you get to level 4 friends, which you can only do once. That gives you 100,000 doubled to 200. Nothing else in the game gets anywhere near that. Like, catching a Pokemon is 100. Winning a raid is like 4,000. 300,000 XP is a ginormous amount of XP. And this person just walked away from it. Oh, wrong one. All right. That vertical stairs. No, wait. I go here. Not there. I'll be right back, guys. And we're back. Hey, Nightcup. You happened to show up just as I was AFKing. I had to go to the little builder's room. Yeah. This weekend's Rick and Morty. Morty asked Rick if he'd ever been to his own funeral, and he goes, "Is that a euphemism for going to the bathroom? I'm gonna start using it." I had to go to my own funeral. There we go. And then that makes more sense. I was a block too high. Oh, NL. I thought it was NI. Dang it. Frick or frack. We just do them both in caps. I'm from Illinois, and the abbreviation for this state is IL. So we kind of like have to do them both in caps, or else it just looks like the Roman numeral 2. Dang it, I did it again. There we go. All right. Now. Guys, I don't think I'm going to get this done in one episode. Commissioned shipbuilding? I don't know about that. Maybe if somebody does like a world edit mod, or you know, like a ship edit, call it dry dock. I mean, I'm not above doing ship commissions where it's like, just, you know, if you got a save where you want me to build it, just send me the save. If not, I'll just make a new save, or, you know, if there's a particular seed you want me to use, I'll build the ship and then send you the files. It is, yes. And I am past the time when I usually stop. So I'm thinking maybe I'll stop here. I mean, I made a lot of progress, but I did, like, waste a lot of time in the initial beginning. Like, going over the... But that's the point, though. It's like, yeah, I wasted time initially with the frame, but in the long run, that actually saved me a lot of time, because, you know, if I were to try to do just freehand with the stone without, like, doing a frame first, I would waste so much time breaking stone and redoing stuff. Yeah, I started like 3 hours ago. I mean, you can watch the VOD. Yeah, I don't know what time zone you're in, but I usually start around 6 U.S. Central Standard Time. So, like, I started 3 hours ago. Almost on the dot. Yeah, it's just a little bit past the hour. All right. It looks a little square, but I have ideas on how I can fix that. In the meantime, thank you for checking out my channel. Yes, that would be 7 p.m. your time. Yes. So I guess it's what, 10 p.m. there now? Thanks for checking out my channel. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys on Wednesday. Bye.